Hello there, Ray here, and guys, we have some new 1.20 automation. With the new change made to the chiseled bookshelves, it can now automatically sort out books by using hoppers pointing into them, and we can also use hoppers to pull them out and store them. So it doesn't matter what type of these books we can put in here, the hopper will push them all through the bookshelf, and anything that isn't a book won't get put through. This means we can actually sort out books away from other things without even needing a laze. In some cases, you don't want to have a laze. Since they are entities themselves, too many of those in an area can cause lag. They also need to have an open hopper, which is constantly checking for items to fall down in it. And on top of that, they also need a note block, which needs to be powered every time you want them to work. And for them to work, they can only pick up items that are actually dropped as items, which is essentially more entities moving through your world. Now, overall, lag is a minimal issue for 99.9% of all Minecraft players, since most play in single player and those that play in server don't typically run into the issue. But using redstone does have a convenience over hauling a laze all about. With this system, we can avoid those problems, as the system uses minimal CPU power when it's not being used. But since it can't tell the difference between books, enchanted books, writable books, and written books, you probably wouldn't want to use this inside your storage system. And these type of books can be sorted out with a normal redstone sorter, where written books have unique IDs and different written books won't stack with them. So the sorter would be best used in a situation where you typically get a lot of different types of loot, but one of the loots is enchanted books, such as in my Bartering Bonanza, Pigman Gold Farm, and Bartering Farm. First, you come in and sort out all the different types of stackable items with the normal redstone. Then at the end, I have some special redstone, which can actually sort out all the different types of potions using a brewing stand. Then anything else gets sent down here, and this is where we sort out the iron boots. We try to apply them onto an armor stand. Then shortly afterwards, we actually remove the armor stand and the boots that are on them by using an arrow, which will destroy it. Then we automatically time it, so we know when the boots and the armor stand fall down. We push the armor stand over here, and then we let the boots go down further, and we pipe them over here. And if it's not boots, we actually will try to apply it. It'll just get shot off, and it'll actually end up in this hopper over here, and then we just pipe this around and put it in a chest over here. Notice the last loot is actually enchanted books. And the way we sort this out is just by sorting out everything else, and this is the only thing that's left behind. But with my new book sorter, we can actually make this much nicer. By instead having this complicated boot sorter, we can just instead actually just sort out the books, and then what will be left is just the boots. Alternatively, we can come in here and instead put in a laze. I actually updated my laze sorter here, so not only will it sort out all the stackable stuff, but now a laze can also tell the difference between the individual potion types, which is new with 1.20. So I can sort out the fire resistant one from the water bottle one, as well as every other non-stackable item. And this is all done without actually using any liquids, since we are here in the nether dimension. What's that, Piggy? Piggy says, remember to subscribe. But by using a redstone system to store the books, we don't have to even worry about bringing a laze into the nether or transporting them all the way to your farm's location. Another great use for the book sorter is inside of my AFK fish farm loot sorter. This actually sorts out all the different types of non-stackable loot that comes from AFK fishing. So this is the farm here, and after you would AFK, you would end up getting quite a bit of different loot, most of which can be sorted out with stackable item sorters using redstone. But we also have stuff like saddles, fishing rods, bows, enchanted books, water bottles, and leather boots, which are non-stackable items. So the way that this sorter works is it first tries to take out the stuff that can burn. The stuff like bows and fishing rods are automatically burned using this furnace. If it can't go into those, then it tries to push it into this brewing stand, which sorts out the water bottles. Afterwards, it then comes down over here, and then it'll try to make the zombie wear these pair of leather boots. And it'll actually sort out the boots, since they have different durability than the one it's currently wearing. Then afterwards, all it would be left with is the saddles and the books. And now with the new book sorter, we can go ahead and sort out the books away from the saddles. Of course, all of this could also be sorted out just using a laze. So to automate this process, all we want to do is drop one item into this hopper every so often. So we'll have a dropper back here, and this is where we'll have our different books, as well as anything else we're trying to sort. Now if something that isn't a book tries to get pushed in, it just gets stuck here in this hopper. So we have to pull it out. So we're gonna come in and have a container with a hopper, and this will pull out anything that doesn't get sorted as a book, and we'll just store it down in here. So this should be all books, and this should be non-books in this one. Now to automate this process, what we're going to first do is read if there's something inside of our dropper here, because we want the system to only activate if there's something for us to sort. That way it's not constantly running. Now we don't want this dropper putting stuff into this hopper super fast, otherwise the bookshelf won't be able to sort it out fast enough. So we're going to come in and place in a repeater after that. Then we're going to move this redstone signal into two different locations. We're going to have one location come over here and activate this hopper right here. And we're going to do this by continuing after power going to this block, going to this redstone here, then go into this repeater here, which which is going to put it into this block here. So now this hopper is locked. So if something gets put into here, it'll just sit there for a little while, giving the bookshelf enough time to accept it or deny it. So the next step we wanted to do is we wanted to then drop anything that it cannot sort down into this here. We're going to do this by turning this contraption into a clock. This is done quite easily just by running the redstone into a loop with this comparator. So once we attach this redstone here, it creates a clock if we turn this to subtraction mode. So now we got a clock that's activating. And if we come over here, we can see that every so often it is dropping everything that would be stuck into this hopper and releasing it, and it ends up over here. But currently our dropper isn't actually dropping things out. So we can hook this dropper up to this clock here, and now the dropper will drop out something every time it goes around, and it will go into here, try to push it into the bookshelf. And if it's a book, it'll get put in there and end up over here. But if it's not a book, it'll get let go and drop down into this barrel over here. And just like that, guys, we actually created a book sorter just with a little bit of redstone, which lets us automate the entire process. I am 95% of the way to farming everything in the game of Minecraft. Check it out on this playlist here, or this one all about simple farms for your Minecraft worlds. Help me out by letting other Minecrafters know they have tons of helpful and crazy Minecraft farms and machines. And if you see anybody using my contraptions, make sure to ping me at RazeWorks using the new YouTube handle. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.